Oh, it sounded like Mr.
Oh.
Dress Up.
Oh, that's not supposed to be doing this.
I thought it was swing rings.
I guess I should shut that off. Don't tell me if I miss Jen and the rest is at 3 o'clock, it goes on again at 7.
Oh.
How is Victor these days?
That's what happens when you get old. You can't remember.
Yeah.
Victor must be 90.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's gotta be.
Yeah.
Is he still
I've
alive?
been watching Victor since I was like 12 years
Me
old.
too. Desert Fox, eh? He was the tank commander.
Oh
That's a long time ago.
my God.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay.
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order. So our start time at 7. Disclosure of any pecuniary interest. It took me a long time to remember to say that.
Did a good job.
All righty, can I get a motion to approve the minutes of the board meeting held February 1st? Liz and Brenda. Oh, guess I should have a pen here, right? Okay, moved by Liz, seconded by Brenda, that we motion that the minutes of the February 1st, 2023 board meeting are approved as circulated. All in favor? Carried. All right. Motion to approve the updated museum manager's position description and seasonal position ad. If we could go over. Do you have the ad?
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the back here.
All right, I got it. Everybody gone over it?
Right.
Any changes or anything we'd like to make to that?
I did see some grammatical issues with the second paragraph, and I've actually reworded it. Because to me, the goal is not that you have knowledge from May to October. I just think grammatically it needed to be changed.
Okay, what would you?
What was it, Brenda?
So it says right now, presently, that the goal of this position is to find someone with historical knowledge of the Township of Nipissing area from May to October each year, assisting the museum board with the planning and implementation of events, as well as operating the museum and candy store. So I took it upon myself to reword it to, this position requires an historical knowledge of the Township of Nipissing and area. The successful candidate will operate the museum and candy store with board oversight, plan, coordinate, and implement events, and supervise. I thought that the supervision of staff and volunteers should be in there, because that is a role that a lot of people are not very well versed in or may not want to do.
Yeah.
So I added that in, and supervise staff and volunteers. The museum operates from May to October annually.
Yep, that sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that-
Yeah.
Do you have that I can take that?
I can send
You can send it
to Chris, yeah. I'll do that as soon as the meeting's over, okay?
Okay, so, decide on that tonight, or can we?
So this was, she would like to have got it out by the 8th with a closing date of April. So if we push it, the next meeting won't be until April.
Okay, so we can, if everybody agrees, we can have those changes done and send it out accordingly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm good with the changes, yeah,
To try to stay on task.
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
I will talk
Okay,
to
so-
Chris tomorrow.
We may have to change this, that we approve the museum manager's description update it says as presented, but we may have to change that to
As amended.
as amended.
Yeah.
The altered version of it. And
So I'm going to amend this. I'm gonna description as amended. And so I'm removing updated as presented. And I'm going to change it to description as amended.
And I'll speak to Chris tomorrow and with the proposed changes.
And request council approval for the 2023 season. Okay. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Dave, Mary. Thank you. All in favor? All right, number 4 on our agenda, discussion, student additional positions, advertisement review and grant application updates.
So at this time, we haven't heard anything about grants, but it is still in the works.
What grant?
The ones they applied for two.
For the students, but there hasn't been no news on it.
Too early yet to hear from them.
Yeah.
That's the name of that grant. So Ontario Works, right?
No.
No, it was,
They're,
it's a federal and a provincial. It's
Yeah.
called,
We're on our game.
I just read that today too.
did you? I've signed it so many times, you think I'd remember and looked at it. It's in the budget. It should be in the budget. It's oh God.
I forget the
Remember,
name.
yeah.
I know there's a provincial and a federal.
Yeah,
one.
yeah, but they're probably,
There's two
in the
different
budget,
ones.
yeah, somewhere, whatever they're called.
Mhm. And we apply for them
I
every
believe it's the
year.
one apply every year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, we apply for both. We never get the provincial.
That's the
Yeah.
federal student grant and provincial student grant in the budget. It says federal student grant and provincial student grant is what's on the budget line.
Okay. That makes sense. All right. So that's it for the updates.
Then okay with the manager's ad style, so. I guess that would be this one she's referring to. It's in the one you were looking at.
Oh, that was,
I
they're
believe
not,
that's what,
they weren't in order here.
yeah,
So when it's on here, student additional positions, I think we had lightly discussed last year that if we don't get both student grants, which we never do, there's nothing stopping us from hiring a second adult, not necessarily a
Yeah.
student.
correct.
yeah,
So I think that's what we would be looking at. So we'd have the manager, non-student, and we would have another non-student, and then we would have the grant for the student.
That might actually work out.
So you have somebody over the age of 18.
That's
and then a
right.
Student,
Yes,
and then the manager.
yeah,
That's what we discussed.
yes, we did. So I think we should, so here's my feeling. If we're always paying for one student and the manager. So, no, yes, and then we get one student free, like through the grant. So we're still gonna pay for a manager. And we're gonna pay for a non-student.
Another person.
That's right. So, and if we get the second grant, it's a bonus.
Mhm.
So we'd have two students and then two non-students. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
We'd have the manager would be a non-student.
Yeah.
So we're not paying anymore is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I believe the way it was in there was you either get two students or one student and another over the age of 18 plus a manager.
Yes,
Not
yes.
add another student.
No, I'm saying we get the other, let's suppose we got both grants, we'd have the extra student.
Then you
why
have to
would we do
hire a
that? Why would we
student.
So
not-
you
that
get
grant.
two
Why would we
students
not
and a
just go with two
manager.
students and a manager and save us money?
If we get the extra work.
If we get the extra.
But we
yeah.
can't wait for the grants. We have to do the
Yeah,
hiring beforehand. So
yeah.
it would be a bonus. That's all I'm saying. Highly unlikely that we'll get the second grant.
Off
Yeah.
track record, yeah.
Yeah,
Used
so,
to the good old days.
yeah, we did. We
It's
did
like
when
the
I first-
fireworks grant for Canada Day. We got it for years and then we haven't received it in the last 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So is everybody okay with the ad for the manager?
I'm all right with it.
Okay.
Well, we didn't have a motion.
Is the ad for the manager not the one that we just changed?
Yeah,
That is. the
and we,
one just
yeah, we
changed.
voted on it,
Yeah.
yeah.
All righty, discussion. Area museums and Russell Road collaboration update.
I actually thought we had deferred this at our last meeting because none of the museums are open, and that's why it
Yeah.
hasn't been addressed
Yes.
yet.
We
That's
did.
right.
Yes,
Thanks
so,
for
yeah.
bringing that up.
Yeah.
I'm just following the sheet, but to fill in that space, we can use that as the segue to get into this. The Maple Syrup Festival and other items like that in the area. I was at a library board meeting on Monday, and they were talking about collaborating with the area museums to bring displays into the library periodically.
That would be good.
So this would be a topic to be on the next agenda.
Yeah, but I'm just bringing it up
Bringing it
now,
up,
so
yeah.
to get everybody thinking about it. It seems like a good idea, because they're doing some really good work out there.
I think, yeah, really, it would be a good idea.
Yeah,
Are you talking about just when they have special events or we'd have an ongoing
well, at
display?
this point, they're talking about special events. So
Okay.
the reason I was saying that, because they had brought up the maple syrup,
Yeah,
and then they have this here thing. This will be at the council meeting. I'll
Okay.
be presenting this at the council meeting, but anyway, so a collaboration with the area museums.
Mhm.
For instance, it's too late this year,
Yeah.
but it was brought up that we could do a display of stuff, maple syrup stuff for the Maple Syrup Festival. And it would be displayed at the library.
That's a good idea, because at least that way we were participating and we're not standing outside freezing our butts off.
You're reading my mind. Gladys.
Been there, done that too many
What I put on
times.
here was, library maple syrup discussion, next meeting.
Actually, and you can also add to that, that it'll also be a discussion on museum displays at the library throughout the year.
Perfect.
Yeah, and that's good PR for the
Well,
museum.
well, with the Russell Road thing and all that coming up, it's the timing
It really
of this.
That's nice.
And this wasn't necessarily my idea, it was just, it came up in discussion.
Mhm.
And people sort of ran with it because I may have mentioned it.
So just to jump back, do you remember when the museum thing was deferred to? Like, was it May or?
Not until the museums are open,
So
and most
May?
of them are May,
Yeah.
yeah, so it may not be May, June even,
June?
yeah.
June.
Because if they're just opening, I won't be able to get a hold of
Yeah,
them.
okay, yeah, I just made a note.
For the May meeting.
I think calendar's open now, but they're a little out of the way. I don't know that they would want to be involved with that or not. It's hard to
Well, they
say.
might.
Yeah.
They might do, huh?
Yeah.
So, what was I?
So you're at the
Library,
library.
maple syrup,
I
displays.
came in the room, but I can't remember what it came from. So along with this, I'm trying to think, I had something else that I was gonna add, that we were talking about. And with the collaboration of the museums with this, and with, I think the timing with the Russell Road, that whole thing coming up.
Oh,
That could
yeah.
get started.
we can really, if we get anything going by the end of the summer, even loosely, we can promote it through that,
Mhm.
through the library. That would be great.
And I did remind them that 90% of the maple syrup does actually come from Nipissing.
The real good stuff sure does.
Yeah.
Well, you know, world renowned,
I
you
know.
know, so,
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Okay,
Which off topic means somebody should be having pancake breakfasts out here, just saying, at some point.
it's not really off topic, it falls right,
Okay,
it falls right into the maple syrup.
well,
thing.
I meant off of,
It could be a
our
collaboration of
agenda.
Would
Nipissing
you like
and
the
Wausau.
museum on the next agenda, maple syrup, or pancake breakfast on the museum, the next?
oh, I don't know. I'm saying somebody should do it. I'm not saying it should be the museum.
Maybe the firemen.
Maybe the rec committee.
Maybe, yeah,
And
yeah.
Museum may look at pancake breakfast.
Okay,
the museum board might help you.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
or, you know,
We can put a request into the rec committee.
Yeah,
we're not above helping out.
no,
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a note.
and we have all the maple syrup here, like you said, so why not promote
Yeah,
that?
this would be a great venue
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, we could, how many can we put in this room?
100.
100.
Yeah.
That seems to be the standard.
Yeah.
We were discussing a venue for a dinner thing.
And it was 130.
It was a,
Yeah,
well,
I know what venue you're talking about.
the golf course.
The golf course, yeah.
The golf
That's what
course,
they can do parties for 130.
Oh, that's-
the Legion, the rest of the Legion. It's like everybody's 130.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Magic number.
There's got to be some reason
Some
for that.
Yeah,
Standard
some
there.
law, but
Yeah.
I always thought it was
Well,
100 here.
I think it's all the same fire
Yeah.
prevention officer who's doing the
Possible,
occupancy on the
yeah.
building.
It's all square
It's all his
footage.
fault.
yeah.
All square footage, tables, chairs,
Yeah,
etc.
Mhm.
I know,
Exit.
I'm familiar with it because I used to do it, but anyway, that's why I'm beating up all the
That's
fire prevention officers. Okay, number 6 on our agenda, artifacts, inventory priorities, review and set for 2023 expectations. Where can we start?
I'll start with my idea.
Okay,
As far as the artifacts and inventory, I know some has been done. I haven't looked at it yet, so I don't know how much is done. I still believe that pictures need to be taken of those artifacts, and I think that should be a priority. That's where I'll stand on that one. Because artifacts get moved around, and I know they're numbered, but you know, if you don't know what you're looking for, and you don't have a photo of it,
I think that's a good way to proceed.
Yeah.
As long as it's got a picture, a number, and
yeah,
a catalog
yeah,
that
exactly.
ties it all together.
So if, you know,
It's
if
pretty
we-
minimal.
if we've got quite a bit, a few done now, why not add a picture to what's there? Yeah,
we'll have
Do
some,
you think it would be realistic to have the church done by the end of the 2023 season? As a goal,
I don't know what's done in there yet, so,
but as a goal, try to shoot to have the
Yeah,
church
yeah, yeah.
done for the 2023
yeah,
season?
exactly, yeah,
Certainly, if we got an extra student in there.
yes, yeah,
Yeah, it
Well,
should be able to
certainly.
be done.
yeah.
I think it's, a lot of it is done in there, sort
Do
of
you?
done.
Okay,
But I think we should be.
I thought I read somewhere that she said 2/3 was done. Did I read
Yeah,
that
I
somewhere?
think it's, yeah.
But then
I
you have
don't
to remember all
minutes
that
in
new
front of me.
stuff's in there now,
Yes,
But
yeah,
that's not necessarily staying in it.
but it all has to be cataloged.
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
So it's
It
still
should be
part of the
cataloged
church.
first,
yeah.
the new stuff.
Well,
That's
it
why
sh-
we
And
brought up
then
maybe the church
start
would be a
working on the
good
old
target
stuff.
to shoot for
Yeah.
2023.
I don't know, I think she might have done some sort of cataloging on what's in there now, what
I
came
think
in.
the church as a whole has the most cataloging done
Mhm.
in comparison, excuse me, to the hardware or even what's in the storage.
Well,
in-
even the
in
office.
Candy store.
The
Yeah.
office has a lot of stuff. You
Yeah.
forget what's in those glass cabinets, what's behind the
Mhm.
wall. We've got, and in the storage, we've got a lot of
Yeah.
stuff in the.
So I think
office.
that would be a reasonable goal,
Mhm.
especially since we aren't doing the number of events that we normally would do
Yeah.
too, so.
Yeah, and Steve,
No.
could we look into, I know we already did the budget, but if we're gonna be looking at pictures, we need some sort of camera. There is one there, but there's no SD card in it, so. I used my own camera when I did the ones from the Clark House. And I just ran it over and, the office printed me off the pictures. So
Yeah.
we
What
did,
about a video instead of pictures with somebody talking?
no,
The number?
that we could do, I don't know, maybe for history or something, but for each item,
No, it needs to be an
No.
individual.
yeah,
No.
there's thousands of items, Dave, thousands.
We used to do the highways, 2 people, like from here to the watershed,
Yeah,
all in a day. And it was all on a video hooked up on the truck. And then you talked your way because they used to stop and take a picture and then move on with the process. And you might get to Sudbury one day and you might get partway up the next day.
mhm.
Where with the video, one person's talking and that's scanning everything you do, the
That's-
numbers, everything.
I guess
You know
we-
what it reminds me when you said that? It reminds me of, for insurance purposes, they say you should do that in your home,
Yeah.
just do a
Mhm.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
So that's what I thought
Yeah.
of as soon as you
well,
said that.
I guess we could try it and see how
Well,
it works, yeah.
for cataloging items, though, I don't think that would fall really, but.
it's all on the desk when you're done. Plug her into
True.
the computer and away you go.
You'd still have to though.
You still have to
Input it,
number it,
and number and-
you know,
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not too familiar with this, but cataloging would be you have the item and a picture on the backside, and then you'd have it in a binder or something, so you'd be able to flip
Yeah.
and find the number. Is that?
Mhm.
now, may I suggest that we develop a standard for cataloging? So all
That's a good-
cataloging is done the same
Oh,
way
yeah.
in
Perfect.
perpetuity.
Yes, because you've gotta have like 20 years, probably got 15 different ways of doing it.
I
You know.
thought from our last meeting that Chris was going to develop a policy and procedure for that, so that it would be
Yeah,
standardized. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. That should be done in consultation with somebody who knows about cataloging and that, like today's standards too.
we should be able
think
to
though-
find that somewhere. It shouldn't
I
online.
do know she has a big pile of stuff she's been working on.
Okay.
And a lot of, the questions might already be answered.
All right.
So hopefully in the April meeting,
Okay,
she'll be able to be here and
Yeah.
okay,
I'm just thinking of your video idea, Dave, that, instead of doing individual ones with a number and that, if you videoed it, then you just have your disc or your USB drive or whatever you're putting it on, and you could just label, number 1 to
it's over here,
50
yeah.
is on this.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be
Yeah.
as easy for somebody to locate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess, but how often do we do that? That's the
Yeah,
other.
I don't know. And then,
Yeah, I don't know.
and what if we move displays? We could be doing the video and saying number 1 to 50 are in here, but sometimes we'll move things around, so. Do you know what I mean? Is it-
No, I
Or to
don't
add something
They get
there,
taken
or
out
if
to
you
another
have somebody
building?
in and
Yeah,
add
The
something
display
new.
doesn't
Yeah.
necessarily stay the same,
Yeah,
Oh, no, I get that, but everything's already numbered.
but you've gotta know where it is.
yeah,
How are you going to?
Oh, I see, okay.
If
I'm
you
getting
have a
it, sorry, a
video-
little slow.
If
Yeah.
I
you're
got it
taking a
now.
video of inside the church, say the far wall there,
Where is it kept?
and you move it,
where is
then
that?
the items, where'd they go?
Yeah,
Our wall looks different than the video.
I
Yeah,
guess
Yeah.
is that part of the
yeah, it needs to be
cataloging
done
where it's
individually and
stored?
numbered.
Yes, and the problem I found in the past, and the reason we have so many different ones, is everybody took a different aspect of being important.
mhm,
And I think that's what we need to have labeled or lined out to do. You get the number, you get what the article's called, and you get everything numbered that you take in a bunch. And then beside that number, you put what it is called. And then you get to the descriptions and that kind of thing. But you don't go through one item like this and then have to come back to the next one. Because then you have all those, like you'll have 100 new things come in, and one you start with one, so one has got the item number on it and the other 99 don't.
Yeah.
Get the numbers
First
on and
one.
what they are, and then worry about the full description and who they came from and all the rest after.
I agree a
That-
hundred
That's,
percent.
that's the next
Yeah,
column.
That sounds very
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Yes.
And over the years, we had people who, they were trained differently. And they came out of different museum situations
Yeah.
and that, and you had them doing, like I said, going one way instead of going column wise on them.
Yeah. No, that's a good.
Yeah,
good
you'd think
idea.
there would be a
And if everybody
standardized
did it-
way.
There
done
to-
it the
is,
same
there
way from
is,
the
but
beginning.
it just depends when you had your training and when,
Yeah, yeah.
where.
Mhm,
Because maybe in Alberta, they don't do it the same as here.
right, getcha.
As somebody comes in and we hire them and,
Mhm.
yeah.
So we have to have a standard.
We'll set
Or
our
like 30 years
standard
ago,
and-
they probably don't do the same as they did it today.
Mhm. Yeah, you kind of have to set it up so you know what every column's going to be head,
Yeah.
and then just start.
Yeah.
And it's got to have the picture of the item. as well.
Yeah, and that's the,
Picture with the number on,
yeah,
which is nice because then you can cross-reference.
So,
it with-
yeah, so I guess if, once Chris gets that policy and procedure, then we can
Mhm.
review it.
Yes, and
Yeah.
give our 2 cents
Yeah.
worth then, yeah.
Yeah, she has a bunch of stack of templates and stuff already. We were looking
Oh,
at it
that's
today.
great.
Okay,
Okay,
Money. So we have a couple things. There was a request from the rec committee. They would like to do back boxes, May 27th at the museum. If the museum would have them, to try to draw some people into the museum and do some back
Yeah.
boxes with the kids.
sounds good.
Because unfortunately, we couldn't do it for March 18th, like we planned on it. So it was brought forward, ask the rec, or the museum.
I think March is a little early for backs anyway. They don't.
Well, originally, we were trying to find something for March break,
Oh, I see.
Right.
but it didn't work out. So we brought up May 27th at the museum.
Yep.
To try to draw people in.
So the rec will advertise for that then?
Rec will advertise and stuff, and we'll
Yeah.
just, we'll do it at the museum, and
Yeah.
hopefully the parents can check out the museum and stuff while their kids
Because
are
we've got the
building. or-
picnic tables
That's
there,
great.
we've got the
Yeah.
gazebo they can work under, yeah.
So you're okay with that?
Porch, I'm good with
Excellent.
that,
Of course.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
And the last thing I have is with the rec, fire, and hopefully museum, we're gonna put out a volunteer sheet for the year of all our events going on in the township, and we're gonna ask people to sign up for whatever event they would like to help in or able to. Would the museum be on board with that?
Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Will that go in the newsletter?
We can probably put it in, yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll go on all our social media platforms, website.
perfect,
We'll have a list of all ours, and then they can call into the office and say, I'd like to help out with the museum.
Yeah.
Or I can help out all the events, please just contact. me."
Okay.
So we'll get a database going. Excellent, thank you. That's all I have.
Okay. All right. Oh, this is where we're at. We're at number 7 on our list. Well, that didn't take very long.
but going back to number 6, so we did decide that we would focus on the church and pictures, am I correct? Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, that's right, okay,
yes.
perfect. And if you get more done in the church, that's a bonus, but it'd be
Yeah.
nice to shoot, get one building done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent, thank you.
Okay.
and you have to have something to work towards.
Yes,
Before we get to number 7, Mr. Chair, I'm not sure if it's appropriate if I ask or not, but there was a posting for another museum board member. So I'm taking someone has stepped down.
Yes, somebody has stepped down.
that should be in our minutes.
It's in the, yes, it's in the council meeting minutes, and the council meeting minutes, I believe, just came out today. But
so council accepts it, then they bring it to the board.
So is it
So-
accepted?
I am going to take a liberty here. Because the minutes are going,
It's on the website.
it's on the website? Okay, we're good.
Yeah, and we did, it was in an open meeting.
Yeah,
So Chris Johnson has resigned off of the museum and the rec committee.
Okay,
yes,
So there is a posting going for
yeah.
the rec committee and
Then we
museum.
accept the resignation of Chris Johnson from the Township of Nipissing Recreation Committee and Nipissing Township Museum Board effective immediately. Carried. Done. So that said,
Because there was a posting. That's how I found out about it.
Posting your new,
Yeah. I
Member,
remember.
yeah.
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 And I'm
You
assuming-
have somebody in mind.
No, I just wondered if there was any, criteria, if there's just one, if you just need one person, and if there's more than one person that applies.
Well, we do have a bylaw that has criteria for getting on boards
Okay,
in the township. And to that end,
we would just follow that. Okay,
and it's the
yeah.
board that will
Okay.
choose, correct?
Pardon me?
It's the board that will choose the new,
Well, there's certain protocols. You gotta be, member of the township or whatever.
yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
be 18 years old and do all the
Yeah.
stuff like that, depending on what you're getting into,
yeah, my point was, oh, the names will be brought forward to the board
for discussion.
for discussion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
More than one?
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's more than
Yes.
one, yeah,
All the names.
That's where I
will be
was
brought
going.
forward
Okay.
to the board,
yeah,
yes.
Thank
okay,
you.
okay.
Because we're ultimately, the board is.
The one
the
that, bring-
one that
oh, yeah, thank you.
brings them on, so.
Okay, good.
And we'll, sorry, while we're on
The
that too.
board, actually,
Yeah.
he was gonna correct me, but I know where he's going with this. The board makes a recommendation to council
That's correct,
to
yeah,
bring the person
Council,
on.
yeah.
okay,
Yes, okay, that
So
makes
just the way
sense.
it fell, council meeting was before the museum meeting.
Right.
That's why it took place before, and then it was mentioned by Chris's, that there's an open. That's why you've seen it posted before.
Okay, that's what I don't
Yeah, so it
understand.
happens.
Wouldn't it get brought forward and then get posted?
No,
It gets posted, okay.
because there's.
Yeah.
there's-
It's backwards
there's so
to what I'm
many-
used to hiring
Because
people.
there's-
I'd say so, too. I agree with you, it is backwards.
That's
Because there I
backwards.
am sitting at home and I'm on this board and, oh,
What's
they
going
want
on?
another,
Yeah,
last meeting,
yeah.
everybody was here.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Yeah,
want a new
they're-
one.
These
Who
are
did they dump?
council appointed positions, so council appoints everybody to a board.
Oh, yeah, I know,
So-
yeah.
Yeah,
So the
But-
board makes a recommendation to bring that person on board, and then council.
But before
makes
they
the
posted
appointment.
it, should they not have told us?
Hmm.
Like,
that's what Mary's saying, yeah,
Yeah.
should have known.
kind of, probably.
I just thought it was odd that you can't bring it to a meeting before it goes to council, but it was already posted and was public.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's where I just. didn't
especially if
understand.
somebody sees it posted and they're calling a
'Cause,
board
yeah,
member and
what-
saying, hey, I want to join the museum board. And you're saying, well, no,
There isn't any
there aren't any,
what we could look at is
You know.
possibly maybe send out a general email to the members of that board.
that,
Oh,
We could
that
look
might
at
make,
that.
that's a good idea.
yeah, because we
Yeah, that
shouldn't
would
be
be
left in the
good.
dust.
Yeah, and it's one of these tricky ones because council appoints and approves. So, but yeah, I'll talk to Chris and I'm sure we can work out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, you're,
it's just, it's kind of like,
You're
my
kinda right on
staff
that.
person hasn't
yeah,
given me the resignation, but I've already posted their job.
Yeah.
That's how it
yeah,
seemed to
yeah,
me.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, we can't post it until council approves the resignation or
But it was posted before.
not before
No.
council approved it.
No,
Yeah, it was posted on the
If
website.
that's the case, there might be 2 open spots on the museum. Then. It wouldn't have been posted before council meeting.
Oh, I
I'll
don't
tell
know,
you,
because I didn't even.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm thinking the council meeting was just last night.
No.
No, it
it
Oh.
It was a
was.
council
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's why I'm so confused.
Oh, yeah, no,
Because I'm
sorry.
thinking the council meeting was last
No.
night. I'm going, oh.
no.
Okay.
Library board meeting was Monday. But that was the only meeting I know of this week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
It didn't
okay.
get,
sorry.
it didn't get posted until council approved the
Yeah.
resignation.
Okay, sorry.
But
I
that
wasn't
was before we
understanding.
got a meeting.
And we would have
Yeah.
known that, though, if we read our minutes. If we read council's minutes or listened to the meeting, you would know.
Yeah, I'll make a note. We can probably just open up a line of communication.
Send an email to
Yeah.
everybody on the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure we could do something.
yeah.
And I'm remiss in reading the minutes of past meetings myself because I was at that meeting, so, yeah.
Yeah.
But for those.
I
of us-
usually read them, very seldom I don't.
So,
Yeah, we like to open lines of communication, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I just
okay.
was misguided in when I thought meetings were.
we will endeavor in the future to keep those lines as open as possible
Thank you.
and as up to date as possible.
I'm glad you're sitting at that end.
I know, I know. It's all good. It's all good. All righty. Oh, what do we have? Oh, okay, that's that motion. Motion to adjourn.
Before
Okay.
you adjourn, I have one question. One question. So we're accepting the resumes and cover letters until April the 3rd, and our next meeting is, I think, April the 5th or 6th.
Yeah, whatever the first
Yeah,
Wednesday.
the
Next meeting is April the 5th,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, able to,
So well, we could discuss the interviews then, right? Interviews at the next meeting, because you usually take usually the counselors sit on, and we usually take a board member too. So, or one of the counselors and a board member. I don't know how you're gonna work that.
Did you see the way she's doing that, Brenda?
Yeah.
I'm just writing, Steve.
Counselors and she's gone.
I know, I'm ignoring her.
We're not gonna bring up volunteering anymore.
Well, I'm just thinking some of the longstanding board members that are here,
Yeah.
You know,
that are
so, yeah,
familiar with-
yeah,
And
okay.
have been on hiring committees
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hiring boards
exactly.
before.
Yeah.
Right.
Just a different voice and opinion at the table when you're doing it, that's all. I wasn't looking at you, I just glanced that way.
Okay. We're good now?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Moved by Liz, seconded by, you were gonna second that the first time around.
I will first or
Okay.
second it.
That the meeting is hereby adjourned at 7:37 PM. 7:37 PM. Next meeting will be held on April 5th, 2023. All in favor? Okay.
I better write